Hey everybody, this is Dust for Dustin on Gaming with episode 1, match number 2 with Izzet Drakes here in Standard on Arena. So once again, quick rundown, we're splashing the black cards for better access to removal like Cast Down, Moment of Craving, Ritual stood against some of the hastier, bigger threats. Yesterday we kind of got our butts kicked by Gruul a little bit, not gonna lie. So one matchup I was interested to see how the deck would fare. They have a lot of haste, so it's really kind of hard to get enough threats down and kill all their stuff. Rekindling Phoenix obviously is a beating because our only answers to it are Lava Coil in the main deck and Vraska's Contempt on the sideboard. But beyond that, this is basically your Izzet Drakes list with treasure maps and Niv Mizzet with some Black Splash for some better removal against some of the more difficult to kill things out of the red decks. Or from red decks, where Lava Coil and Beacon Bolt struggle to kill certain threats for more efficiency and an instant speed. So that is why we were playing the Black Splash. Some of the versions, obviously, we're playing white for Deafening Clarion and Ixalan's Binding. So far, I've been a fan of the Black Splash. Perhaps we should consider testing the White Splash. Deafening Clarion plus Drakes gives you a lot of the ability to race some of the more aggressive decks. The deck Moment of Cravings performed very well against Mono Red so far. However, we seem to have been struggling in a lot of the other matchups. So, let's see what we'll play here. Skin looks okay. Obviously a little bit land heavy, but we have a Discovery, we have a Spell Pierce for early defense. Another Gruul deck? I wonder if we're actually playing against the same person we just literally played against. So if we end up going 0-2, I'm going to play, it looks like a Temur list. So, don't necessarily want to show that we have red mana yet. Am I seriously going to get, I was going to say, are they seriously going to Spell Pierce me here? Probably don't want the land, I don't think. Take another Discovery, though. With a radical idea. Some type of Temur control list? Temur Drakes, maybe? I have no idea. Next turn we'll just drop down one of the Enigma Drakes and move on with our lives. Definitely a cantrip heavy deck, whatever it is. Still no idea what's going on there with Radical ID and Opt as the only cards we've seen so far. Just holding up Spell Pierce here as an interaction piece. The Primal Amulet deck. I am not interested in that card resolving. So one thing I can say for sure, I am not interested in that card resolving. At least hold up the illusion that we have interaction now. Make our opponent play around a dive down that's not really there. Guess double lava coil would take these out at this point. Yeah, that one's gonna resolve. Opponent concedes. So some style of Primal Amulet's control deck. So that, Gates and the Strokes. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure what they could have going on, so... Could just be a 1,000-Year Storm deck, I suppose. But bring in Contempts and Reborns just in case they have Planeswalkers of some style. It could just be like a 1,000-Year Storm combo deck. One land. Look for some mana here. Let's hold up the illusion of Spell Pierce here. Growth Spiral, that's an annoying one. It's an important thing in a pseudo-controlling mirror is to definitely have the mana advantage. Now, treasure map here. Down's a great card, but it's most effective when you're actually ahead. Chemist's Insight and Response, sure. It's drawing a lot of cards, that's for darn sure. It's just some type of Nexus deck? Feels like we're gonna get Nexus here. Looking for a land here. Do I just play an unprotected Izzet here? Another copy of Op, sure. Still not sure how they win, but do know they're a Primal Amulet Wilderness Reclamation deck. Okay, so you have an absurd amount of mana. Crushing Canopy, seriously. So our opponent have here. Some type of large explosion. If they don't act quickly, it's not going to really matter what they have. Alright, so looks like Expansion Explosion is their chosen kill of choice. Don't think we want any of those cards, so we're up against Temur Primal Amulet Expansion Explosion deck. Interesting. They don't seem to have a ton of interaction. It seems like their deck is a lot of air with those Wilderness expansions as their primary way to leverage a lot of mana. Definitely an interesting, unique deck, though. I mean, sure, I guess we keep this one. Only getting to 5. Ellis Reborn probably isn't going to do a whole lot here. Cast a copy of Opt. Sulfur Falls, sure, we're in for that. Gets us our 4th land. Cast a Discovery Dispersal here, looking for counter magic. Chart of Course and Opt are both good cards, but we have our plays for the next 2 turns lined up, so like I said, I'm more interested in counter magic at this point. Missing on land drops, let's start punishing them for that. Spell Pierce probably good enough here. Sure, opponent gets to cast an Opt, that's fine. We draw a land next turn, that'd be ideal. Presuming one of our creatures is dying here. Double Spell Pierce, probably pretty nice here. Should contribute to our first win. had no answers. So, quick thoughts on the list so far. 1-1, obviously, in this particular league so far. So feels like we have a lot of disruption, but we don't really have too many things for creatureless decks. Like, we ended up boarding in Contempt and Eldest Reborn, and it looks like they were just entirely a creatureless deck. They were like Wilderness Exploration, Primal Amulet, and it looks like Expansion Explosion was their primary method of killing you. So they were kind of a pretty sweet combo deck. I'm not sure if they had Nexus of Fate in their list, but they certainly got ahead on mana with Urban Exploration and such, and were able to leverage that. Or sorry, Growth Spiral, not Urban Exploration. So, pretty sweet list we were playing against, but we're now 1-1 so far. We'll be back tomorrow with match number 3.